Good evening, fellow. Today I'm going to tell you how to create the case ID with custom value. So just you can see here, I have created one case. Now it is taking automatically this automatically case ID. It is generated, but I don't want this one. If you wanted to see this one, how it is generated, just go to the setting. Under the setting, advanced setting, click on the advanced setting. It will take you this screen. Under that setting, just click on the administration. Under the administration, you need to click on the auto numbering. Once you click on the auto numbering, you can see you have a case, you have a code, you have an order, you have invoice. The different entity has a different prefix number and suffix length. Now as you can see here, case is having a different prefix, having a different name and different suffix. Now, so my requirement is whenever a new case is created, I need to make a case ID as a present year, present month, and number of the creation. Now I have started from 1. You can start from whatever you want. You can start from 78. You can start from HSJ, whatever you want. You can define. Here, as of now, just defining. I'm just defining 0001. So for that, I have created one plugin. So I have created one project. That project is project. For that, just like a project initially, once you create one project, just click on the solution. Now just click on the manage the NuGet package. Once you click on manage the NuGet package, you have to come to the browse. Under that browse, you need to search microsoft.crm.sdk.core assembly. Once you write this one, just hit the enter. It will prompt you this one, Microsoft CRM SDK.core assembly. Now this will show you the latest version. Whatever the version you are using based on your framework, it will work. Now just come to here. Now you need to define this one line as well. Once you install your NuGet package, it will show. Once you install your NuGet package, it will show here into the reference, whatever the reference you have installed. Okay. Now just come to the class. Now see, now I have written that class name is class ID format, case ID format. Now I have implemented this class as a IPlugin. So IPlugin is still to the program, it is a plugin. So IPlugin interface contain one execute method. Execute method takes the input parameter as a service provider. Now execute method contain 3 things. One is context, IPlugin execution context. Second is iOrganization service factory. Third is iTracing service. IPlugin execution context contain input output parameter of the DCR, whatever the input output parameter you are passing. And iOrganization service contain service like create, update, delete, associate, dissociate, etc. And iTracing service, it will tell you where once you execute the program, if it is somewhere it's got failed, it will tell you what is the exact position and location where it's got failed. That's clear. Now I'm going to define one the condition like context.input parameter.contain target and context.input parameter contains the entity. So target and all, what is this? I'll just tell you. Once we registered that plugins into the plugins registration tool, they're defining the step. That step we are taking the primary entity, and secondary entity, that are nothing but target value we are taking. Now we are defining one more condition here, context.message name. So whatever the things are present, it is present to the context. Now see, whenever we are using input parameter, context.input parameter, context.message name. So everything is present into the context. Now context message.toLabel not equal to create. So I'm performing this operation on creation to update that case ID. Now here is the context or state not equal to 20. 20 is the pre-operation stage. Now if it is the equal to create or equal to 20, it will perform the operation. So we have like not equal to given. If it is a not equal to, then it will come under this one. Okay, it is fine here. Now just come to this one. Now we have defined two entities, a target entity and update auto number config. I'll tell you later what is the work of both both of them. So now I have defined a string builder for auto number. I'll tell you also why I have written this one. So before that, I need to take that year month. So year month from the system. Now I have defined one date time. So we have a date time. So we have defined the date time dot now and today dot month to a string and passing under that 200 in that quote, because whenever month is like 10, 12, 11, so it will take first value like 10, 0, 11, 1. So that is why I have taken 2, 1. So it will take 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3. And if it is a 1, 2, 3, so 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, it will take that month. Now here it will take that percent year. Now system defined things we are taking this one. Now once we done this one, now we need to work on that particular entity, the target entity. So we are focusing on the target entity. So now we have a operation on that query expression. Now let's see. Now whatever the value is here in that, like whatever the value are on that configuration setting. So we define one entity. So this entity I have defined. I have defined here. I'll just show you how I have defined that one. So this is the custom entity. I have defined custom configuration setting. This is the custom entity. Now under that, I have defined one field. That field is nothing but current number. This is the target entity. Okay. Now it's the current number. Now I'll just show you how it is like under that solution. In the extension you can see we have a configuration setting, one custom value. So now I have taken that entity, like entity name. This is the schema name and column set, like whatever the column we need. We are not fetching all the column value which are present into the configuration setting. I'm taking only those fields which I'm using. So I have used only current number. So I'll just show you that configuration setting entity, how it is looking. So see, so configuration just current number, name and honor. That's it. Now I have taken only current number. Now, so I have taken this one, and instead of query expression, for the query expression you need to write one commands as well using Microsoft SRSDK.query. Now, so query expression fetch all the record under this entity, now storing into this variable. Now we have a records. Now we have a report. Now we need to perform. So service.retrieve multiple. Whatever the records are present into that, it is fetching and it is storing into the one variable. Now if it is a not at all records is percent, if it is a 0, now it is returning. If it is a records available, like I make it as a entity in a EC account number dot entity. See, entity collection take the EC account number. So entity collection, whatever we are having here, entity collection we are having. Now it is an entity type. We made it as a entities. Now we have a entities. Okay, under that, if we are taking the count, if the count is greater than 0, then we are performing some updation here. Updation in the sense, we have taken the whatever the value in the target. So this is our this one, this is the configuration one. We have taken that value and now we are performing. So there is a current. So we have a one field current. Under that configuration, we are we are storing into the current. So current value I have defined here. You can see I have defined a string as a current. Now this is the current. Current is nothing but current in, yeah, current is nothing but it is a string type. Okay, now we are taking that uh, current. So now that current number I have defined as a string, single line of text. You can see it, I have defined as a single line of text. So I made it as a number. So parse define, I defined as a integer dot parse for current value. I defined I increase plus plus. Now what we are going to do, that whatever the current number is there, so we are whatever the format we need, this format, this number of the creation format, whatever the like, still you want 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 4 5 times, you can write here, you can write 0 0 0 0, but we want only 4 digit. So I have defined here 4, passing the 4 and storing the currents. Fine. Now in the target value, so here this entity is coming from configuration setting. Now that configuration setting, I have defined one entity. So you can see I have defined here one entity as a configuration one. Update the auto numbering new entity, and this is the configuration one. I have stored into the update autonomy configuration. Now this that value dot id equal to entity. This entity this entity dot id is equal, then whatever the value into the current one, I am populating to the this current one. It is updating one. Once it is update, now service dot update the autonomy config. Now it is a autonomy. This value, this entity, it is updating this one. Now once we update this one, at the same time we have created one more entity for auto number sorry, one string value auto number. So auto number we have created this auto number dot append. This is the string value we are appending here, month and current. Once we append this one into that one string value, once we append this one, we are breaking out from here and we have a target entity. Target entity, we have also created one entity as a target entity context or input parameter target as a entity. Now this target entity, I am just 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 uh, just um, assign the value auto number dot to a string value into that target entity. Now I'm just going to register how it is. I'm going to tell you how it is this plugins will register. Just go to the plugins registration tool. Just register this one, register new assembly. Just take that DLL. Now load it. Once you load it, now just enter. Now just click enter. You need to make sure like we are not able to see OK button, because just click on the database or div, and like anyone just select the database and then type like press tab once it's on the gag. Once you click tab and enter one at a time. So now plugin has registered. Now I will, under that I have registered one more step. So now I'm registered, sorry, not one more, one step. Now this is the message. So message, this is the message name. So we are going to create. So create primary entity as a incident secondary entity as a none. Now filter, we don't have any filter value. Now we need to work on the pre-operation, because we have given the condition on create, message should be create, and that pipeline should be pre-operation. Now once we register new step. Now we'll go for the DCRM. Once we come to the DCRM, once we come to the DCRM, see, now you are going to create new one. Now create new case like demo 123. Now once you create this one, you will see automatically the field value like date and time. What about the date and time will be year or month with number of occurrence. Now just save it. See, now here 2022 percent year, 01% month, and number of occurrence. It is 0002. Because why it is started 002? Because before I have registered one more time and it is created 001. Now it is 002. That's it for a video. Thank you. Thank you so much.